In the vast and intricate Marvel Cinematic Universe and its multiverse, two of the most enigmatic and power-laden sorcerers stand at the forefront. Doctor Strange Supreme from What If, and Agatha Harkness from WandaVision, and her recent series, Agatha All Along. Strange Supreme is a version of Doctor Strange who pushed his powers to dark extremes, absorbing countless mystical beings and transcending his original limits in a desperate attempt to rewrite reality. Agatha Harkness, on the other hand, is a centuries-old witch with a mastery over dark magic, cunning, and a deep understanding of spells and ancient rituals. Both of these characters have showcased mind-bending powers, and pitting them against each other raises the ultimate question. Who would emerge victorious in a showdown of sorcery? This face-off between Strange Supreme and Agatha Harkness isn't just about who has more raw power. It's about control, experience, and their unique approaches to magic. With Strange Supreme, we see a sorcerer who has sacrificed everything for power, embracing forbidden knowledge and dark entities. With Agatha, we see someone who's cunning, strategic, and manipulative, wielding her ancient wisdom to devastating effect. Let's delve into each of these magical titans' abilities, examine how they might engage in battle, and ultimately determine who might hold the upper hand in a duel to the mystical death. Strange Supreme, a sorcerer consumed by power. Strange Supreme's origin is one of tragedy, obsession, and immense power. In the What If series, we're introduced to an alternate version of Dr. Stephen Strange, who, unlike his primary universe counterpart, becomes consumed by grief over the death of his love, Christine Palmer. In his obsession to bring her back, he turns to the darkest corners of magic, absorbing countless mystical entities and creatures, each adding to his power and making him nearly unstoppable. Unlike the Strange of the main MCU timeline, this version lacks moral restraint. He's willing to sacrifice anything, even reality itself, to achieve his goals. One of Strange Supreme's defining abilities is his power to absorb other entities. In his quest, he absorbed numerous mystical beings, from ancient dragons to demonic creatures, gaining the ability to shapeshift and harness their unique powers. This absorption made him resilient against attacks and endowed him with spells far beyond ordinary magic. He possesses a staggering array of abilities, conjuring illusions, manipulating time, defying gravity, and even splitting himself into multiple forms, making it almost impossible to predict his next move. In combat, he would be a nightmare opponent, blending offensive and defensive magic with sheer unpredictability. Furthermore, Strange Supreme's reality-warping abilities place him on a level few sorcerers can rival. His power to manipulate space and time means he could distort the very battlefield, create alternate dimensions, and trap his opponents in illusions or paradoxes. In his climactic fight against What If, Zultron, he held his own against a near-omnipotent opponent. The resilience, adaptability, and relentless pursuit of his goals make Strange Supreme an adversary unlike any other in the multiverse. Agatha Harkness, the cunning mistress of dark magic. Agatha Harkness is no stranger to dark magic, and her journey through centuries has shaped her into one of the MCU's most cunning and powerful witches. Her mastery over dark magic is showcased in WandaVision, where she manipulates Wanda Maximoff, unveils her secrets, and tries to absorb her powers. Agatha's cunning nature and strategic mind make her a dangerous opponent, and her abilities go beyond mere magical prowess. They are rooted in centuries of practice, ritual, and a deep understanding of witchcraft. In terms of combat abilities, Agatha has demonstrated formidable offensive spells, including energy blasts, mind control, and a unique power-draining ability, allowing her to absorb the magic of others. This skill alone makes her incredibly dangerous in a duel, as she could potentially siphon off her opponent's power during a prolonged fight. Her age also gives her a wealth of experience and a keen intellect that she uses to her advantage. In her battle with Wanda, she constantly manipulated the Scarlet Witch, pushing her buttons and strategically drawing out her powers. Agatha's control over illusions is another formidable weapon in her arsenal. she can create elaborate constructs that are nearly indistinguishable from reality, trapping her enemies within her illusions to disorient and weaken them. Her powers are also amplified by her ritualistic approach to magic, using ancient symbols, spells, and incantations that give her abilities a unique edge. Though she might not be able to alter time like Strange Supreme, her skill set allows her to effectively counteract many magical threats. In Agatha, all along, we see Agatha's powers reach new heights as she returns to haunt and influence the world once more. This return hints at an even deeper connection to dark magic, one that might allow her to transcend the mortal limits of magic users. Her strategic use of power, her ability to manipulate, and her centuries of accumulated knowledge position Agatha as one of the MCU's most resilient magical beings. The battle, dark magic versus reality. Warping power. A battle between Strange Supreme and Agatha Harkness would be intense, unpredictable, and filled with twists and turns. The two would likely start by testing each other's defenses with illusions and spells, each trying to outmaneuver the other. Agatha's ability to create illusions and manipulate her opponent's perception could temporarily disorient Strange Supreme, while Strange would likely respond with his own reality-warping abilities, countering her illusions by creating mirror dimensions or shifting the battlefield. As the fight escalates, Agatha would attempt to drain Strange's power, hoping to exploit his vulnerabilities and weaken his resolve. However, Strange Supreme's resilience and power absorption abilities would give him an edge, as he's already faced numerous mystical entities in combat. Agatha might have the cunning and experience, but Strange's relentless absorption of dark creatures gives him a supernatural strength that would likely surpass her draining capabilities. Agatha would have to rely on her cunning, exploiting any openings or mistakes in Strange's offense. Strange Supreme, on the other hand, could create alternate realities and traps that Agatha might find difficult to navigate. He could potentially trap her within a time loop or mirror dimension, using his superior control over space-time to his advantage. Agatha's knowledge of magic might allow her to hold her ground for a time, but the sheer versatility and power Strange Supreme wields would eventually prove overwhelming. Final verdict: Strange Supreme emerges victorious. When it comes down to it, Strange Supreme's dark power, combined with his ability to manipulate time, space, and reality, would likely give him the upper hand in this duel. Agatha Harkness is formidable, with centuries of experience, powerful spells, and a cunning mind. But Strange Supreme's reality-warping abilities and his willingness to cross moral boundaries make him a force of nearly unstoppable power. Agatha's strategic prowess would make her a challenging opponent. But ultimately, Strange Supreme's mastery over the multiverse and his dark, relentless drive would allow him to overcome Agatha's defenses. In a showdown where everything is on the line, Strange Supreme would emerge victorious, albeit at a potentially high cost to the fabric of reality itself. Both of these characters wield dark and dangerous powers, but in the end, Strange Supreme's mastery of forbidden magic and his relentless pursuit of his goals make him the last sorcerer standing in this clash of mystical titans. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.